There we go. Facebook was giving me a little bit of trouble, so I just blasted it with some chi energy like I just learned how to do. And there we go. Fix the problem. Welcome, everyone. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whichever one applies to you in our global community here inside the Coaches and Healers Sangha. My name is Emily Harrison. I am the founder and director of the Akashic Academy and a mentor to other lightworkers in the realm of the Akashic Records. I'm excited to share the Akashic Records, the power that exists in this realm with you today because, as you know, I tell you almost every week now, entrepreneurs are some of my favorite people in the world. It is such an amazing opportunity to be creative, to bring our gifts and our skills and our healing abilities. I know that this group in particular, we've got a lot of spiritual healers in the house. Say yes if that is you. By the way, identify yourself, step forward. Say yes, I am here. And say hello to me because I want to say hello back to you. Christy Warnick in the house. Hello, Christy. I'm excited today because I have a very powerful passage that I want to share in meditation today that will give us some great shifting, some great opportunity to energetically create a frequency, a chemistry within ourselves that will support us as we show up today, hump day, everybody, but throughout the entire week. And one of the beautiful things about the Akashic Records, this is the information storehouse of the universe, of the cosmos. Every bit of knowledge ever exists within this place. And I'm beginning to understand much more dynamically as I continue to grow and expand in my own spiritual journey that the process, the ceremony, the lineage, I call it, the sacred ritual that was given uniquely to me through my Akashic Records has some magical power built into it. Behind it are a combination of just really, really profound spiritual truths that cross a border. It's like a cross-section of spiritual truth. And hey there, Cindy. Nancy's having some technical difficulties. Yeah, I had a couple and then I just zapped it. So try the zap thing, Nance. That seems to work. I also want to, in addition to sharing a little meditation and some of a passage from the Tao, which the Tao Te Ching, shows up very powerfully within my lineage in terms of before I consciously and cognitively, like with my brain and with my body, understood, because I took time to dive into different spiritual truths and texts. This is a little one, by the way. That's a pocket text, as you can see. The first Tao Te Ching that I ever read, by the way, was called the Tao of Pooh. It was a very watered down version. But intuitively, I had always been in touch with this information. And the more I dive into understanding vocabulary and how this information is presented, the stronger I get with my spiritual practice. My understanding opens up and I can dive more deeply into understanding these ancient spiritual texts. And what is so beautiful for me, makes me have all of these amazing aha moments, is the recognition of how this innate knowledge was present within me and was illuminated through my intuition before I actually dove into someone else teaching me the knowledge. So it's just a beautiful confirmation of, hi, Breeze in the house, of what is within us and part of our blueprint. So as spiritual entrepreneurs, I want to take us into the Akashic Records quickly today. We're going to be working through a text here inside the Tao Te Ching. This is number 10, by the way. I want to read it to you before we begin because these are all formulated as questions. And in order to fully participate, Rhonda Elliott, I see your heart's coming up. In order to fully participate in receiving these shifts and the activations that are available here, You got to say yes. You got to give your permission. So I just want you to know what you're signing on the dotted line to, okay? All right. Okay, so this is from the Tao Te Ching. Can you coax your mind from its wandering and keep to the original oneness? Can you let your body become supple as a newborn child's? Can you cleanse your inner vision until you see nothing but the light? Can you love people and lead them without imposing your will? Can you deal with the most vital matters by letting events run their course? See, some of you are like, damn, I don't know about that one. Do I have to say yes to all of them? That's up to you. Can you step back from your own mind and thus understand all things? So if you want to say yes to all of those things right now, I'm going to say yes to all of those things. Let's go into the space of our Akashic Records. I want to guide you each into that space. And I just want to pause and acknowledge that every time we show up here in this space, and all of the coaches, the healers, the teachers, the spiritual leaders that show up to bring guidance and to share their skills in whatever particular area in this group, whether we're using the same language or not, I just want to pause and acknowledge my guides have shown up, your guides have shown up. Exactly what needs to come through today has already been divinely designed, decreed, and contracted to come through, so long as we all show up. And I believe that that is true for all of the amazing coaches and healers and teachers who come forward to share. So I just wanted to acknowledge the sacred magic that is working behind the scenes as we move into this space together. Nancy says, okay, yes. All right. So by divine decree from all of our guides, our higher self, source energy, all of the ancestors, let's move into receiving the sacred energy now. We're going to move quickly into the Akashic Records. I want to start by synchronizing breath. So take a nice deep inhale with me. Calling light to you 360 degrees, exhaling. Keep breathing. Good. Calling light in again. Creating space with the breath, exhaling, feeling yourself caressed and held by the universe, the nature of which is to expand. Deep breath in. Feeling the stillness culminating and cultivating within your being, especially as you pause there at the top of that breath, exhaling. Sharing that experience with each other, with the entirety of the cosmos. Bringing the awareness inward now to that crystalline tube of light running up and down your spine. Take a nice deep breath in. And with your exhale, with your imagination, sending that crystalline tube of light down into Mother Earth. So it's going to move all the way down through your feet, down through the crust of Mother Earth. We're going to follow it down, moving down through the root systems of Mother Earth, all the trees, the shrubs, everything entangled there. Sharing that collective energy. Continue to move down now into the crystalline caves, the underground crystalline realm of Mother Earth, moving down now into the sacred underground waters of Mother Earth, her oceans, rivers, and streams, and continuing to move further down, being pulled now, feeling that magnetic pulling you down into the core, the belly of Mother Earth, acknowledging yourself, just becoming aware of yourself in this space, your connection, your soul contract with Mother Earth, this self-realized consciousness who's incarnated as a planet, here to support us with infinite resource, beautiful playground. Rising back up now through that crystalline tube, re-emerging from the belly of Mother Earth, moving up through the sacred underground waters. Allow your consciousness to become activated by all of the realms here as we move back up through the water, through the crystalline realm, through the root systems of Mother Earth, through her crust, crossing over that boundary. Move that energy into your physical body, the self-realized energy, pulling it all the way up, the legs up into the knees. Just let this infiltrate every layer, the physical, the emotional, the mental, the light body, gently pulling this energy up with your intention, seeing it rise all the way up to the top of your head, down the arms, illuminating every cell inside of your body, becoming bioluminescent. This Christed consciousness energy from Mother Earth, when we bring it into the physical body, it illuminates your divine blueprint as you are showing up in this incarnation, in this avatar. Good. Now let's bring the awareness back to the crystalline tube. We're going to bring in the energy of the Akash. So sending that crystalline tube all the way up, exiting the Earth's atmosphere, exiting our solar system, exiting the galaxy, exiting the universe, crossing over that multidimensional boundary, anchoring that crystalline tube of light into source energy, the Akash, the ether. Giving yourself just a moment to adjust, to acclimate. It's like going up in an airplane very fast, your ears pop. And calling down the infinite wisdom, all that is available to you through the Akash. The energy is going to come spiraling down through the layers of space and time, anchoring in through your upper gateways, harnessing, stabilizing itself in your soul star chakra. This is where your I am presence is anchored. This is where your gateway into the Akashic Records opens. Spinning that open for all of you. That energy continues to spiral down through your crown, through the third eye, through the fourth eye, through the throat, through the ascended heart, through the heart, through your solar plexus, down through the sacral, through your root, spiraling down, out your feet, through your Earth Star chakra, anchoring into the core of Mother Earth. Deep breath in. As you exhale, sinking the consciousness fully into the heart space. From here, we'll move into the records. Repeat after me. With this Om, I relax my body. And now we'll Om together. With this Om, I relax my mind. My circuits just got blown, by the way. Especially ones inside of my mind. My boggy. All right. With this Om, I relax my mind. With this Om, I release my ego. With this Om, I call in the light. With this Om, I open the Akashic Records of Emily Suzanne Harrison. You open your own records. The records are now open. Nice deep breath. Stabilizing in this energy. I want you to stay in that meditative space with your eyes closed, focusing inward. And I'm going to read this text again to you. And from this space, giving your permission with a soft, open body, open mind. Allow yourself to experience a symbolic representation. I don't want to give you too much, but I do want to direct you to allow your imagination to play. There are no rules, though. If you want to see just color, that's fine. If you want to see, if whatever forms in your mind, really, and if nothing is forming, if you're comfortable sitting with the nothing, sit with that. If you want to engage a little more dynamically, make the first move. Okay, allow yourself to engage more dynamically in the play by forcing yourself to get something. Okay? All right, first question. Can you coax your mind from its wandering and keep to the original oneness? Say yes, take a nice deep breath in if that's you. Can you let your body become supple as a newborn child's? Just feel that physical state taking over as I read those words. Deep breath in. Say yes if that's you. Can you cleanse your inner vision until you see nothing but the light? Yes. Can you love people and lead them without imposing your will? Yes. Says a mother of 3, Girl Scouts honor. I might have to do that with the other hand to make it official. Can you deal with the most vital matters by letting events take their course? Yes. Can you step back from your own mind and thus understand all things? Yes. And just take a few moments, a few beats to allow that to integrate for you. I got lots of toys I'm gonna play with here. I'm dinging that gong for all of you. Anna is here. Hello, Anna. And Nita is here. And Karen, what's up, Karen? Peggy is in the house too. Welcome, everyone. It's finishing up receiving all of that energy, and then we'll move into a little more conversational space. I would love to be able to assist any one of you who have questions regarding your business, whether it is a business that you have already actualized or it is something that is emerging within you. Whew, and to let you know, not only is the insight coming in from the space of the Akashic Records, but this energy has its own consciousness, which means not only are you receiving the knowledge and the wisdom, but there's natural expansion that comes along with it. So you don't even have to do anything but sit here and receive it, which is pretty fun. All right, so let's get some questions rolling in here. I know I took you guys through a pretty powerful process there, so get your faculties back so you can type, crack it. And we'll spend the last few minutes that we have here together diving into some specific areas where you have questions. Or maybe just where you want to get some energy moving. William is in the house. Hello, William. All these beautiful entrepreneurs, light workers, and emerging light workers in the house. I got this burst that looked like a golden rutilated crystal. Beautiful, Nancy. That's another thing. You can share your experience as well. Or you can share the silence with me if you like. I feel like we're having a staring contest. I'm really good at beating my kids at staring contests, by the way. I'm good at beating my kids at a lot. I know the answer's like, I'm in my records, I'm all floaty. Maybe I'll switch the order next time. Maybe we'll ask questions in the beginning and then we'll meditate. I know, it feels good. It feels, honestly, it's just beautiful to share this space with you guys. Even if it is not plagued with vocabulary. I would be happy to pull a card for us, though. You guys have heard me talk about, or maybe you haven't heard me talk about this deck. I haven't talked about it in a while. It's called the 5 Keys to Happiness Oracle deck. And I got this deck at the I Can Do It conference, where I met Dr. Wayne Dyer before he passed. And it was on the cheap table. We were walking, like they have like a book, like everywhere, all of the old merchandise from all the people, like I loaded up. I can't even tell. I think we had to pull the car up close because I went with my Aunt Debbie and Uncle Tony, and we all like racked up. We pulled the car around to load up all of our stuff. And I get home and I'm going through my stuff and I get through these and I'm like, I start playing, I'm like, didn't really love them at first. You guys want to see that face again? I know. Nope. You have to watch the replay. And it took many, many years. This was probably 10 or 15 years ago. You guys know I'm also shitty at math. So I can't remember exactly how many years ago it was. But it took a good 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 years. I can't even, like I said, very bad at math, to figure out that I actually do like these cards. So sometimes that happens. All right. Ooh, I just had a other crazy synchronicity about something that happened at that conference. But I see Stephanie Lynn has a question, and rather, I know that sometimes I get distracted telling my stories. My students know this because I told them a very illuminating story yesterday in class. Do not repeat anything you heard in class yesterday, students. And I can get sidetracked telling my own stories, but sometimes they're pretty darn good. All right, Steph, I'd like to take any guidance you can provide. You're all over the place. Okay, and what you're going to do when you grow up. All right. First of all, Peter Pan it all the way, girl. Oops, never grow up. I also, since I got the cards here, you got a jumper that came out, the Earth Seed. Look at that baby in the womb there of Mother Earth. Really, and this is coming through really, really powerfully for you, Stephanie. Go back to, it's not about, and this is coming through very powerful for me in a lot of ways. So thank you for showing up and being another confirmation for me of just about how powerful this idea shift is. When we are all over the place like that, not exactly sure which way to go. It's because it's not because one of them is the right thing to do, is what I'm finding. It's because the alignment hasn't clicked in where you know that you know that you know. Obviously, you're like, well, no shit, Sherlock, that's what I'm saying. When we experience this, what I'm finding is that it's not about something that we need to add, that we need to search for and add. It's about stripping away. It's about peeling the layers away. And it truly is about going back to childhood and asking yourself the simple questions. What excited me? What was I passionate about? What did I dream about? Now, it doesn't necessarily mean that you want to do that right now in the present incarnation of who you are, because even though you're the same person, the essence is the same. We're constantly changing and growing and shifting, and new timelines and things are opening up to us. And the way that we can show up and participate with ourselves and our creativity shifts and changes. An example is I started out in Hollywood exercising my creativity and my storytelling. I didn't realize that my acting was actually channeling skills and abilities. And then things shifted for me and things all clicked into place. And I can tell you, while there's a lot going on in my life, I don't feel all over the place in terms of, yeah, if Nick's watching, he's going to be like, the hell. I know the direction that we're going. The vision is very, very clear. There's a lot of work to do along the way. And yeah, Coach Nick tells me to settle down, simmer down. Sometimes it keeps me nice and focused. I have people in my life who really support that for me, to keep me nice and focused. But I'm not like, okay, which direction? Because I recognize that so many of my gifts, skills, and abilities, and a lot of them are illuminated from my childhood, things that interest me, that excited me, They're showing up in a different form now, and they're showing up in a different form even than they did in the midsection of, well, I'm still sort of in the midsection of my life. But in my 20s and 30s, early, yeah, it was about that time frame, 20s, 30s, that I was in Hollywood. I was spent 20 years in Hollywood, so the decade of my 20s and the decade of my 30s. But it's moved into alignment in a new way now, and it took a process of stripping away. Now, the easy way to say it is like, hey, go back to childhood and examine what did you love and what lit you up and what were you excited about. That, but truthfully, Steph, it's only the beginning. Anybody else who this is resonating with, it's only the beginning of giving you a map or a, like, these are your guideposts of in what direction to search. Engaged, I like that word better. They gave me the buzzer for that word search because it's a bitch of a word. It's like try. There, I'll just ding it out of our vocabulary, okay? Engage with. Because truthfully what they're saying is search is just bad vocabulary. It's like me cussing and not holding myself to a higher standard to clean up my damn mouth, okay? But it's similar to try. Because for so many generations people have used language, what happens is it becomes encoded with certain energy. So that idea of search engages with a dynamic of a lack. So rather than, because what we really want, and I know your heart, I know your minds, because you are me, I'm just showing up as you right now. I know what you really want is to engage with it more dynamically so that you understand it. Okay? This process that we're no longer calling the word search, we're calling engaging with the process of understanding ourselves and our essence more dynamically, is a process of stripping away. So imagine peeling an onion. It's not about adding something. It's not about looking until you find the right project or the right fit or this. It's not about that. It's about stripping away until the essence is so illuminated in you that you're just walking in a state of flow and things are unfolding in front of you. It's kind of magic and fun, okay? So for those of you who are in the process of trying to figure out, who are engaging with understanding of what your focus, your mission, how you want to show up, if this is unclear to you at this point, it's because that dissection, that peeling away process has not been fully engaged. It's a fun search. If you need help, come find me. So one of the main things that I focus on inside of the Akashic Records is who are you without all of the baggage? We strip away the essence. It's a self-healing and a self-actualization process that allows you to dynamically self-illuminate in a way that once you strip away all of the shit and you know who you are, you're pretty impossible not to love. And from that state, we begin working on developing your gifts, your skills, and your abilities, understanding them more dynamically. And then from that, what do you create? What do you build? I also focus on allowing your highest good to unfold, because that's been my exact experience with the Akashic Records. So anyone who is in need and ready to dive into that process, I can tell you, it is very, very dynamic. It's not the only way. There are many ways to do this. That's just my favorite way, and that's my area of expertise and specialty. If you want to know more about it, please hop on my schedule for a chat, and I'll open your records. You'll definitely get a feeling of if this is the right practice for you. And like I said, the records open up the highest path. They align you to your most dynamic future with ease and grace and gentleness. So they provide a way, they make the way. And if that's something that you're looking for, reach out to me. All right, I'm just gonna dive through, see if there are any more quick questions here, and then we'll close up the records. She did a biggie opening in the beginning. Yes, I did, Miss Nancy. Nancy says lips are sealed. Katrina is here. Stephanie, you're absolutely welcome. Thank you for receiving that guidance and being open and vulnerable in this space and sharing the areas where you want illumination. I'm excited to show up for you guys in this way. So please know that every single week you can come and you receive guidance. I'm happy to bring it through, or just hear it. Even if it doesn't resonate with you, allow your process to just observe. And I'm not saying that this didn't resonate with Stephanie, but if I ever do say anything that pisses somebody off or that doesn't resonate, stay with it, stay with it, stay with it. Dive in more. It's good stuff. When you show up and ask a question and receive the answer, that process doesn't always look like what we think it looks like either. Sometimes it just continues to lead us in the right direction. So my intention is that you are led through this broadcast, through this conversation, through this meditation, to the exact space that you need to be for your highest unfolding. It's a privileged honor to share with you guys and create sacred space to allow for that transformation. So let's close up our records together. Giving thanks for all knowledge, all healing, all insights that come forward in this space, as well as acknowledging the frequency of oneness. And with one final Om, we'll close our Akashic Records. The records are closed. Blessings to each and every one of you this week. May the exact unfolding of your highest good in terms of your business, the sharing of your mission, your abundance, your freedom to continue to explore and grow and expand, be divinely blessed and unfolded through your Akash. Namaste.